Because they are very tired.
I see. We're going to revive the vibe. Just 1 second. Where is the mouse? Okay.
Usually put Slav at the end because he's probably the coolest guy. I don't know. We can vote on that.
Yeah, I like Tsipuru, I like Greece, I like
Exactly.
Halkidiki.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Well, last presentation, but after that we have the quiz, so definitely it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we have the quiz and everybody that's here. Sorry to tell that in Greek. Μετά θα σας τεστάρουμε από αυτά που δείξαμε. Έχει ένα τεστ. Έτσι, έχει ένα τεστ μεγάλο. Όποιος το περάσει το τεστ έχει 2 δώρα από τον Παναθηναϊκό, υπογεγραμμένη μπάλα και υπογεγραμμένο τζέρσι. Αστειεύομαι, δεν υπάρχει τεστ. Έτσι θα κάνουμε μια κλήρωση. Αλλά εγώ προσωπικά θα ήθελα πάρα πολύ να τεστάρω, να δω ποιος θυμάται τι έστω το 10%. Okay. Slav.
Yeah, so please wait for the quiz. You can win something. I already understand the Greek language, so wish you luck. Now, my presentation is going to be about the simplification, how your life can become easier with ACRONIS, and what is the current complex. So, come on, this doesn't work. Okay, I'll use the mouse most probably here or the keyboard. Okay. We're supposed to have a backup, by the way. Ah. Okay, technical issue. So yeah, we're going to talk a little bit more about the complex and how we can simplify it. I see that Yanis is supporting me definitely with the complex here. Let's start with the top, the first one. Okay. Yeah. Presentation. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is Greece. This is at least what I found like a map. Complexity. Let's imagine that we have corporate office in, I think Athens is not exactly here, maybe it's here. We have distribution in Thessaloniki, we have retail shops or hotels, or this is your business. And your business is regional in this situation. Different offices, multi-site connections, multi-site branches and so on. And quite often, this business is not only regional, but it's also international. I guess that actually the Greek shipping industry is one of the biggest. Maybe your office is not only in Greece, your office is also in London, New York, Brazil, because you're doing business all around the world, or your customers, if you're selling to customers. And here we have those 4 complexities, which actually ACRONIS is working in this direction to fix them. The first complexity is the multi-site management. As I said, many different branches, many different offices, you need to manage them. The second thing is the multi-tool management. Multi-tool management is something which we see in many companies, many partners which they're facing on a daily basis. Geo-compliance, this is about the data. Where is the data, how is stored the data, and so on. And of course, the 4th complexity which we see and to observe nowadays that is happening everywhere, limited budgets. This is the first thing which all the time, it's like an objection coming up either from the CEO, either from the CFO. Actually, everyone is talking that we don't have money. It's super cool, but we don't have it. And of course, resources and time. Now, jumping actually in details here, multi-site management. As I showed you on the first picture, most probably I have a couple of branches, a couple of different offices. I need to manage them. Most probably some of those offices are on the islands. I don't have that good bandwidth on these islands. And of course, data security. I need to encrypt this data before sending the data to the cloud. So this is one of the things which I see that quite often is happening in terms of multi-site management issue. The second thing, of course, is the management. Quite often, we have teams, which teams we need to train how to use the security functionalities, how to use the backup functionalities, how to use the management tools for assessments, for patch management, and so on. This is something which is additional time which the guys, they need to spend on this one. Of course, mixed environments. We don't have all the time same environment at the same location. Okay, most probably we have pretty much most of the things under Microsoft 365. Most probably we have also Macs. Some of the users, they really love Macs. They want to use their Mac. Some of them, they want to use their Windows. Time to time, we have production lines with really old operational systems. Windows 2003, Windows XP, Windows Vista, especially the banks, especially the ATMs. I think most of the ATMs, they're using really, really old operational systems. And the message here is that it's not standardized. The hardware and the software, it's not all the time the same. This is an issue. This is an issue for the management perspective. And of course, talking about data, many companies, they have hard restrictions to keep the data within the country. Keeping this data within the country most probably should be on-prem. Time to time should be replicated in the data center of this location, let's say Greece. And of course, all the time, this stuff which is working with this data should be authorized to work with this data. And of course, we're talking about the right partners. That's why we have Tictac. That's why we have those guys who has the knowledge, but also, of course, the needed clarifications and certifications which they need to provide to you. I have a question to all of you now. How many applications you're using on a daily basis within your company? Those who are using around 25, please raise your hands. 25 is a lot? Okay. 50? Do you use 50 applications in your company? No, no one. What about 150? Okay, we have Mike, we have Panos. I'm asking you this question because actually the SMB company use average of 172 different applications for the different departments. What means that? A lot software as a service in every single company. Yes, most probably you're using just 3 or 5, but this is the reality. This is the complexity. And with the shortage of 8.6% global IT budget, and with this big size of applications which you need to manage, this is a complexity. And of course, on top of this one, shortage on the staff, and of course on the skills. This is a problem. But the good solution is because here is ACRONIS, here is Tictac, of course, and here we can support you with all those 4 aspects. The first fix is for the multi-site management, the second fix is for the multi-tool management, geographical compliances, limited budgets and resources. But how? So, talking about the first one, multi-site self-management. Imagine that you have those 5 offices which I showed you at the beginning. You can open a separate console for every branch having separate admin, and this admin can manage the data. This one could be, of course, managed services by our colleagues from Tictac. On top of this one, of course, talking about limited bandwidth, you can have incremental backups with ACRONIS, you can do deduplication, you can have compression of the data, we have bundling, throttling as well. And of course, talking about encryption, we have encryption at the source of the data. AES 256, we have also TLS once we're talking about transit of the data, and SSL. So this one is completely solved. Talking about the multi-site, multi-tool management actually, we have one agent with one console. Instead of having 2, 3, or 4, you have everything in single pane of glass. For the backup side, for the disaster recovery, for the security, for the management, and of course, in terms of management, we are talking not just remote assistance. It's vulnerability assessment, it's patch management, it's full monitoring on your infrastructure. Doesn't matter where it is. Doesn't matter if it's in Thessaloniki, if it's in Athens, if it's outside of the country. And of course, last but not least, we can protect everything in terms of server, virtual machine, workstation, M365, really old servers, as I mentioned, 2003 R2. How many of you have such kind of server? Okay, not that many people. At least I haven't seen such, but yeah. And of course, M365 and Google Workspace. Additional complexity which I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation was the geographic compliance. We have 52 data centers. We have 11 in Europe and 1 in Greece. So you can keep the data wherever you wish. I mean, it's up to discussion with the guys from Tictac so they can help you with different location of your data. You can keep it on-prem if this is a hard compliance. I know that time to time this is really important for you. We have immutable storage. So even the backup is deleted, we can recover this data. We have immutable accounts, multi-factor authentication, role-based access, and global compliances. If you have businesses in the States, we have also different certifications for the States. So with this being said, we, of course, fix the budgets as well, because consolidation on everything in ACRONIS is giving you lower total cost of ownership. Approximately 60% could be the savings once you consolidate everything to ACRONIS. On top of this one, of course, AI. Everyone is talking about AI. In our features and our functionalities, the AI is helping you to support your daily work. Not only the stuff which you need to do on a daily basis, but also automated validations of the backups, automated validations of the disaster recovery testing, scripting for daily work stuff. So you can use the advantage of AI as well. And if I need to summarize with one final slide from my side, what is ACRONIS in a nutshell, I would say a couple of things which you can even take a picture, you can remind them, and you can ask Panos, Mike, or the team. The first thing is mail and collaboration. You want just a backup? Okay, M365, yes, you can protect it. You want security for this M365 or Google Workspace? You can get it. Here I'm talking about M365 and Google Workspace, but if you have another mail server, most probably you have such kind of mail server. Not everyone is using Microsoft and Google Workspace. Most probably you have Zimbra, most probably you have some other mail server. You can protect it. The features in details, we're going to send to you the presentation so you can go grab and see what kind of feature and functionality you need. And then, talking about endpoints, devices. We have backup, on-prem or cloud. We have all the functionalities, all the features here. And of course, in terms of backup, we're doing backup already 20 years. We know how to do it. But it's not only about the backup. Because the backup is something which you can buy as a standalone solution, but there are many competitors on the market. So that's why you can add on top disaster recovery from the same console. Of course, you need a backup. You can add the management perspective, the security, and the DOP. This is the full stack, and hold this full stack, again, you can combine it. You can use just one functionality. I want just the DOP mic. I want just this one to be deployed. Okay. I want the security and DDR. You can take it. Yes, take a picture. This slide is describing all the functionalities and everything which you can get, actually. And the slide which Ronan presented at the beginning, and I really like it, I wanted once again to put it here, because those vendors here could be Sophos, could be another one. They're doing just this part. Those guys here, quite good solutions, but they're doing just this one. In terms of consolidation, everything under one umbrella, this is ACRONIS. And actually, this is what we are doing. Consolidation, everything in single pane of glass, and we have the platinum partners of Tictac who can do this one perfectly for you. They can train you, they can deliver the solution, they can implement the solution, and I have full trust to the guys. Okay, so with this being said, I'll skip the Q&A session. Let's have after that the Q&A session.
Any questions for Slav?
Thank you.